Many classic car enthusiasts like the idea of restoring one. Some actually do it. Of those that do, many bite off more than they can chew. It's not rare to discover hidden problems as you begin to dismantle a car. This can often mean increased costs or that the restoration has to be abandoned completely. To help the process run smoothly, we visited lifelong restorers Trevor and Simon Parfit from Scott Automotive at their premises in Red Lodge, Suffolk. After decades in the business, the team now boasts an incredible CV after restoring everything from unique racing cars to American muscle cars and British classics, some from little more than a half-rusted chassis. This is their advice for would-be classic car restorers who are restoring a car with no experience. Nuggets of classic car restoration wisdom from Scott Automotive. Here are 8 takeaway nuggets of wisdom from Scott Automotive for anyone seriously considering their first classic car restoration project. They will be explained in even more depth with anecdotal experiences later in this blog. 1. Research, plan, and budget. Invest time in thorough research. Understand the make and model of your classic car, its history, and the availability of parts. Create a project plan outlining your goals, timeline, and budget. Set a realistic budget that includes the cost of the car and potential unforeseen expenses. 2. Invest in quality tools. Quality tools are essential for a successful restoration. Invest in a set of basic hand tools, power tools, and specialty tools required for your specific project. Quality tools will make the job easier and contribute to better results. Third, address rust issues promptly. Rust is the enemy of classic cars. Inspect the entire vehicle for rust, paying close attention to problem areas such as the floor pans, wheel arches, and frame. Address rust issues promptly to prevent further deterioration. 4. Be patient, but be persistent. Classic car restoration is a time-consuming process that requires patience and persistence. Setbacks are part of the journey, and each challenge is an opportunity to learn and improve. 5. Prioritize safety. Safety should be a top priority. Use proper safety equipment, work in well-ventilated areas, and follow safety guidelines when using tools and chemicals. Taking shortcuts on safety can lead to accidents and injuries. Have your project car insured with laid-up cover while work is in progress. 6. Join a classic car community. Connecting with other classic car enthusiasts can provide valuable insights, advice, and support. Joining a classic car club or online community allows you to tap into a wealth of collective knowledge and experience. It could also earn you a discount on your classic car or standard everyday car insurance. 7. Test, fine-tune, and prepare for future maintenance. Once the major components are restored, conduct thorough testing of all systems. Check the engine, brakes, suspension, and electrical systems. Fine-tune the settings to ensure optimal performance and reliability. Anticipate future maintenance needs by keeping records of the work done and parts used. Consider creating a maintenance schedule to keep your vehicle in top condition after the restoration is complete. 8. Enjoy and document the journey. Once your project is complete, document the entire process in a detailed portfolio with photographs, receipts, and any notable challenges you overcame. This portfolio not only serves as a personal memento, but can also be valuable if you decide to sell the car in the future. So, you're almost ready for your first classic car restoration. Trevor and Simon agree that preparation for any project of this size, scale, and value is essential, and there are lots of things to check and ready before you start. For example, speak to the car club and/or someone who has experience in car restoration to ask what you might need for your particular project, from knowledge to tools and space. But don't go into it thinking that this will set you up completely. Every car is different and every car has hidden secrets. This is where specialist forums and magazines are good, as they may be able to tune you in to common bodges and horrors that you might find along the way. Read our blog about choosing your next classic car restoration project. Choose your space in which to work. A restoration can be done in a normal-sized garage, but not having enough space can be inconvenient and may cause unnecessary delays. If you rub down a particular piece to stop it going rusty, you'll need to spray over it to protect it, says Trevor. Then you need to do another piece, and when you're finished, you'll need to rub it all off again before you start on the next thing. So any extra space you can find comes in useful, as it allows you to work on more pieces at once. Furthermore, space is the key to productivity. If you have to dig the car out every time you want to work on it, or you find yourself clattering your elbows and knees, you're going to lose motivation. An organized, clear space is an absolute must. The space then becomes a place for the car, rather than for junk. Have the right tools for the job. The most essential tools are ones that you may already have: spanners, pliers, hammers, and screwdrivers. These tools will allow you to pick apart and reassemble most classic cars. For more specialized tools, there are companies such as Frost that make all sorts of useful tools that don't cost a huge amount to buy. Also, buy a telescopic magnet. You'll thank us when you drop a nut or bolt deep into the engine bay. There's a particular thing called an English wheel, says Trevor. It's a very expensive piece of kit, and it's what panel men use to bend and fold curved panels. You probably won't make an E-type out of it, but if you need to make a little piece or repair a bump, you can. They also make little things called shrinkers and stretchers, and they make lots of body-type tools. Heavy-duty, specialized machines can be essential at certain points, so you will need to find someone with those tools to get work done when your project requires it. For example, Trevor has a very rare machine that allows the angles of small elements to be measured precisely for parts that need to be made. Most restorers won't buy these large and expensive pieces of equipment, but you can find professionals who have them to work on specifics. This machine costs £1,900, and some restorers buy them for specific projects and resell them afterwards. A few of the larger specialist tools that restorers like Trevor and Simon use. How to know what needs to be done. The internet has become the most essential tool for finding out what you need to do and how to do it when it comes to vintage car restoration. From car club sites and forums that share manuals to how-to videos on YouTube. You used to have to go and buy a workshop manual, says Trevor, and they're still nice to have, but today all the information is so readily available on the internet. The important thing to remember is that there's always someone who can help you and who knows what needs to be done. Someone will have done the same restoration project before, and finding a person with experience of your particular car is invaluable. Ask them the model's weaknesses, particular areas to check. You should also ask a professional to look at the car and give you a list of things that need doing, even if you think you already know. This will allow you to plan what you will do and what needs to be done externally, also aiding budgeting. Choosing people to do the work. As a first-time restorer, know your limitations. There will be aspects of the restoration you simply cannot handle on your own, so get a professional to help. It's important to choose the right people to work with, as mistakes can be disastrous, costing you money and time, or even ruining the car completely. Someone may know more than you, but they still might not be the right person to tackle certain aspects of your restoration. And it's essential that anyone you approach is qualified to do that particular work on that particular model. An example of when classic car restoration can go wrong. A guy came to us once with a restoration that had gone wrong. He'd bought a Porsche 356 from the United States and shipped it over. Someone told him that there's a lad down the road who does cars, and he took the car to him without checking if the mechanic had knowledge or experience of classic cars. The restoration didn't get far, said Trevor. After spending £8,000, he brought it to us to get it done right. The mechanic had put screws in it and then just pulled them out with a nail bar or something. He cut random holes in it, here, there, and everywhere.